There it is, folks. We have made it. We have made it to the Philippine Airlines terminal. That's going to be our flight over the Pacific right there. I'm not sure what kind of plane this is. I'm wanting to say it's an A300 maybe. I'm not real sure. But I may be wrong. They've got some ones out there I don't know about. It could be a Dreamliner. It could be a 787 Dreamliner. No, there it is. Right down there on the front wheel, the landing gear cover. It's a 777 Boeing. So this will be the biggest plane I've ever ridden on. I know I'm a rookie traveler, y'all. So, but anyway, here we go. Y'all, so we're here in this new terminal here in the LAX International Terminal. This is like a brand new facility, and Philippines Airline, they didn't like it, but they put them here first. They were like one of the first airlines to come to this new terminal. It's actually really nice. It's unbelievable. But folks, the hard part of our journey is pretty much over right now. The thing that we were worried about the most is having all our ducks in a row and having all our paperwork in order for Philippine Air. They're a very strict airline, but you got to appreciate that. It's probably going to be less trouble when you roll in to Manila and you got to go through customs, you got to go through all this other mess that's going on right now with the pandemic. They got their ducks in a row. The chances of you missing something and getting sent back is probably going to be slim to none. So you got to appreciate their thoroughness. And some people may not like it, but I appreciate it. And we got through it. Again, it's one of those deals. You don't know what you don't know, and when you do know the rules, then you just gotta follow the rules, and that's all there is to it. We can gripe about it. Yeah, it has been a real pain. Christine has worn her little self out, you know, going over our documents time and time again and checking and double checking. And I think we've all been on the government websites and Philippine Airlines and making sure I didn't need to get a visa and everything else. So bottom line is, folks, we're here. We are flying out here in I think about 2 hours. And I don't even know what time it is right now, but we're flying out in about 2 hours and heading across the ocean. Next stop is Manila. So folks, we're going to kick back, chill out for a minute, celebrate our little successes here on this trip. Folks, kind of what I was saying in some of these other videos, I don't recommend traveling right now. I really don't. Especially, you know, international, overseas, something like that. Domestic, maybe. That didn't seem to be too hard. But I don't recommend it. We noticed a lot of people standing in the lines that didn't have the documentation that they needed. And these are Philippine citizens. So, yeah, I'd wait till this whole mess is over and then do it, and that way it's going to be a lot less stressful. But folks, I'm committed. You know, we pulled the trigger. We're getting on this plane, and thanks be to God that we made it through all this stuff. And TSA was nothing. TSA was a no-brainer, man. It was just perfect. So they treated us real good. All right, folks. I'm going to sign off here for now. I may come back here in just a little bit. Folks, we are about 45 minutes from Manila, and we have more and more mountains of paperwork to do here. No, it's actually not too bad. It's just some declarations for customs, which is normal. Then like 2 other forms for some of the COVID stuff, just kind of declarations or what have you, as far as if you've been sick or not. Not really a big deal. Now, the stuff Christine's done online, it has been a big deal. Well, it's been a mess, but hey, you just got to jump through them. Alright, y'all, we made it through customs. We made it through all the immigration stuff. Got our Philippine stamp on the passport. We got the Kuyas loading up all our gear. This is our chariot to the Richmond Hotel, and that's where we're going to quarantine for the next 10 days, y'all. 10 days quarantine. Alright, y'all, coming to you from Manila, Philippines. We're at the Richmond Hotel here in I don't know, somewhere in the Manila area, but I don't know if y'all can see it with the video, but anyway, I tried to take some video of our view from this window here. So yeah, folks, we made it here early this morning. Our flight landed here in the Manila, and one of our big hurdles was just trying to get through all the pandemic stuff, the whole COVID checks and everything else, getting through all the government stuff or whatever, getting off the plane and doing all that kind of stuff. So, but everything went real smooth. We had to go through a check, with I think the Coast Guard was manning it of some sort. They came on the plane and had a big FLIR deal, and I don't know how accurate this thing was, but they came through and was making sure nobody on the plane was hot and or what have you. And then we were able to get off the plane. We went to the first station. It was like a health check or whatever, where they kind of went over our health paperwork and all that. Thank God my beautiful wife had all the paperwork in order. Everything went very smooth with that. Then we had to go over and schedule our next COVID test, which will be in 7 days, and I'll get to that part here in a minute. After that, we went through immigration. Immigration was probably one of the easiest parts here. I mean, that took like no time. They just checked our passports, stamped our passports, and checked some of the paperwork we had for that, and it was real easy. And then after that, we ended up going over and getting our baggage from the baggage claim. All of our baggage made it, by the way. That was one of our big issues, is because we originally, when I booked our flights to the Philippines early this year, is like in January, February, something like that. We had a connecting flight that went from Manila to Cebu City. Well, with all this quarantining stuff and all that, and the way the flights ended up, and also by the government policies, we had to quarantine in our first port of entry. These are things that I didn't know when I booked the flights originally. So basically, I had to eat that flight that went from Manila to Cebu City. We're just not going to go to Cebu City. And so anyway, that we were worried about where our luggage was going to go. So we when we were at LA, we made sure and said, hey, make sure our luggage does not go past Manila. That was our big concern, because we packed a lot of the valuable stuff in our carry-on, which added to our weight with our carry-on, which that in and of itself wore us all out, was trying to lug around all this expensive camera gear and everything that I've got, and some of our other expensive things that we had to get out of that checked-in luggage. Philippine Air, folks, my hat is off to Philippine Airlines. One of the best experiences and one of the best companies I've dealt with in a long time. Very polite people, always willing to help you. Just great. And like dealing with our luggage, on the luggage end of it, they made sure and they followed through. Our luggage was waiting there with bows on it, like, Christine put the bows on them so we could identify them. And unfortunately, a lot of Filipinos do that to their luggage, so there's a lot of luggage laying around with bows on the top of it. But anyway, hats off to Philippine Air for making that happen. We didn't have to worry about our luggage. After that, man, just the flight over. Great experience. I mean, it was a nighttime flight, 14 hours total, roundabouts. They fed us 3 times on there. The food was good for airline food, I gotta say. Well, of course, this is my first experience flying that long international, where you're gonna get, a movie and all this kind of stuff and foods and whatever. So I may not know any different, but I'll tell you this, I was very happy. The staff on Philippines Airlines is very professional, very nice, just great people. I have not one complaint to say about them. And I do a lot of complaining about companies that I have some bad dealings with on this channel. But I also want to talk about the companies that I have good dealings with. And Philippine Air, a great company to deal with. I can't complain with them. And a lot of people, complain that they're very strict, very thorough, and all that stuff. And yes, they are. But I think under under these uncertain times, when you're having to go through all these government restrictions and all that, that's a good thing. Their strictness, all that stuff is a good thing. And so, I'm not going to complain about it. I think when the government sees people get off a Philippine Air flight, they know that most of the passengers' ducks are in a row, everything is good, or they wouldn't have got on that flight in the first place. So it makes things a lot easier. And that's a good reputation, I guess, to have in any business. When, you do your job so well, you just have that reputation. So anyway, folks, we got off the plane after we got through. Customs was absolutely a nothing deal in the Philippines. They didn't hassle us one bit. They didn't open any suitcases, nothing. Probably, because we'd already been checked through TSA in the States and all that, and they know TSA's very thorough. But after that, we go out there. Well, one of the issues that we ran into was that we had booked a transfer with the hotel to go from from the airport to the hotel, but they never gave us a confirmation email on that, so we didn't have it. And some of the government officials were asking Christine about our transfer, because that's kind of important in the link of this whole deal with the COVID and all that. And she's like, well, we never got a confirmation, so we're not real sure. And so the government official told us, hey, use these people down there. They're government approved or whatever the case. I'm not sure all of it. They were speaking in Tagalog, so I don't know. But I think that's the gist of it. So we go down there. Christine gets us some phone SIM cards for the Philippines. So I now have a Philippine phone number. So my friends, family, I'll be giving that out to you guys. Don't use it. Just use Facebook. It's a lot cheaper. It's free. But anyway, we also found a liquor stand there. So I got ripped on the liquor. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know if it's a skin tax or whatever, but it doesn't matter. I got me some spiced rum. Hold on a second. All right, so I ended up getting me some of this spiced rum. Oh, here it is. Yeah. What is the name? Zabana. It's made here in the Philippines, I think. Some good spiced rum. Anyway, it's great. I've already been partaking a little bit of that just for a little celebratory. And yeah, don't judge me, y'all. I know it's morning here in the Philippines. But also, I'm mixing it with my Coca-Cola original. Folks, this is like the Coca-Cola that we had when we were kids. This is what it tastes like. It's made with real sugar and not corn syrup, or whatever it is. But anyway, it's good. Now, they're ripping me off. This can of Coke right here was $2.50 US. Outrageous. But, hey, we're in a quarantine hotel. They got me, okay? It's just the way it's got to be. And so I've got it mixed up here in my my redneck and peanut cup. Absolutely, it made the trip, and it's already in use. So, folks, you know what? I don't care. I may pay a little bit extra money staying here in this hotel and all that, and we're going to go through this deal. I'm happy. I'm extremely happy. We got through it. I got the stamp in my passport, and we're here. All we got to do is wait out this quarantine, which is really going to be kind of nice, to be honest with you. We get to rest, and we'll get to rest for a few days, and then it'll probably start getting a little stir crazy. I'll keep doing videos. This hotel's got good Wi-Fi service, I believe. I'll have to wait and see when I start uploading this video. But anyway, I'll be bringing y'all all the videos I can from here. If I find out the Wi-Fi is really good, we may go live. I don't know. Folks, I wanted to go live when we were in LAX, and I had 5G service, through Verizon in LAX, but there were so many people using it Man, it was all I could do. It took me over an hour to just upload a 20-minute video, which was the last video that I posted. It took me over an hour to do that. I was like, man, there ain't no way I'm going to have steady, stable service to do a live stream. And plus, it was so noisy in there, and my audio wasn't really good. Right now, I've got my good equipment broke out, coming to you on my Canon EOS R with my Rogue mic system on here, so things will start sounding a little better. Folks, I apologize for the audio on some of my other videos. I was just filming on my iPhone 12 that I got, but the audio is horrible, especially when you've got a mask and a face shield and everything on, and you got the roar of the airplanes and all that kind of stuff in the background. It's just difficult to do. All right, folks, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day. Welcome to the Philippines, y'all. We are here. So our journey, this next chapter in our lives, is just now beginning. And man, for you guys who are tuning into my channel, watching me and Christine, watching her go home and drag me home with her, man, I appreciate every one of you. Thank you so much for all the new subscribers I have, for all the new watchers that I have. Keep tuning in, folks. I appreciate it. All right, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and end this. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.